All right, let's get this show started.
In today's video, Kelvin Gastelum accepts Shavkat Rakhmonov's challenge. Daniel Cormier reacts to Jon Jones vs Ngannou face-off. Michael Chandler reacts to Conor McGregor missing USADA's deadline. Conor McGregor shares photos from sparring with Dillon Danis. Khamzat Chimaev shares new training footage and some clips from Nickal's Technique Tuesday series. Following Kelvin Gastelum's announcement that he would be moving to welterweight, Shavkat Rakhmonov wasted no time in calling him out on social media. Although Gastelum was initially unavailable due to being on vacation, he has now confirmed in a YouTube video that he is in fact ready to take on the Nomad Rakhmonov as his next challenge. He stated, "I like the call out. I appreciate the call out. I thought it was a little boring. He could have added a little spice to it, but I like the fight. These are the kind of fights that I want in the welterweight division. This puts me right in the mix, swimming with the sharks. It's either sink or swim. I like this fight. I think he's ranked number 5 or number 6 in the welterweight division. This puts me up there with some really fun fights, given I win this, which I will. I accept Shavkat Rakhmonov, your challenge at 170 pounds, and not only that, I'll give you a date. Who do you guys have winning this fight, Kelvin or Shavkat? Let us know in the comments." While speaking on the DCNRC show, Daniel Cormier reacted to Jon Jones vs Francis Ngannou's recent face-off at PFL 5. Hear from the man himself.
I think it's a big deal, RC, but it kind of sucks because it just reminds us that it won't happen. Because now that Francis is gone, there's no way it could ever work. There's no way it could ever be cross-promoted to make it happen. Here's one thing I took from that, RC. I watched them come up to each other, and Francis ain't afraid of nobody. He's one of the baddest men on the planet. But, you know, as Jon's grabbing him, touching his arm, and he's talking to him, something changes in him whenever they're face-to-face. When Francis starts talking about being the king of the world, Jon said, "I've always been the king. I've always been the best." And when you look at his facial expression, I've seen that before. When him and I would come into our interaction, when we were arguing, both of us had this idea that I am the best. Nothing is going to change that. And I could see that wash across his face with Francis, and he told him, "I've always been the man. I've always been the man. I had to gain weight to get back here." But it showed me in that moment, Jon Jones ain't afraid of Francis Ngannou.
Yes.
Not at all. He ain't afraid of him at all. I saw it in his face. I saw it when it changed. "I've always been the king," is what he said, something to that, in that manner. And he believes that. Everybody says Jon's a psychopath, and he might be, but I've been across from him in many of those instances, and I know that him and I are going through the same emotions of, yo, it's gonna be you or it's gonna be me, and one of us is just gonna get it. And I could see it in his face when Francis was in front of him. He got that same type of feeling, that same type of thought going through his head. Like, it's all smiling for a little bit, but eventually when it go there, it kind of go there.
We've all been eagerly anticipating an upcoming fight between the notorious Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, scheduled for later this year after McGregor's 2-year hiatus. Unfortunately, McGregor has failed to meet the USADA deadline for submitting a test sample, resulting in his disqualification from fighting in 2023, according to USADA regulations. In reaction to this news, it appears that Michael Chandler's stoic demeanor is beginning to crack when it comes to Conor McGregor. Taking to his Twitter, he posted this clip.
All right, guys. You guys have all seen the news. Conor's not in USADA. 179 days left until December 16th, which is supposed to be the last pay-per-view of the year. And comically, USADA shows up at my door today to add insult to injury. Where you at, boy?
Writing, "No joke, where the fuck is that guy?" Later, during an episode of ESPN MMA's After the Ultimate Fighter show, Chandler expressed his continued hope that the fight with McGregor will take place in the first quarter of next year.
Man, no word whatsoever. Obviously, it's unfortunate, any kind of stuff going on outside of just the fight game. And of course, there's the USADA thing going on, looming over everybody's heads. I get it. Everybody watching right now, everybody around the world, when you're talking about a fight of this magnitude, Conor versus myself, it's a huge fight. So people are eager for answers. They're eager for information. Everybody's talking. Everybody's looking for a new opponent for him, looking for a new opponent for me. When's it going to happen? There's so much up in the air. All I can do is focus on what I can control. I don't have any more information. I wish I could give you some right now. But as far as I'm concerned, the fight against Conor is still happening. Maybe it doesn't happen by the end of this year, which it still might. But if not, it's going to be first quarter of next year. Either way, we're moving forward, and I will separate him from consciousness within the first 2 rounds of that fight.
Meanwhile, after missing USADA's deadline, Conor McGregor revealed Dillon Danis as his new sparring partner. He shared their sparring photos and wrote, "Good sparring today at Church Street with Dillon Danis. New York City Underground Kings, word to Eddie. You think you know? You have no idea. Onwards we go." MMA fans were quick to rip into McGregor in the comments below, writing, "Conor out here teasing Chandler at this point. Enter the pool, bro. What are you doing? Sparring for what? You aren't fighting until 2024. Too busy messing around with other girls when you have a significant other and 3 kids. Guy isn't a real fighter. He chickened against a YouTuber. The f is Dillon Danis sparring for? He just backs out of fights. This is how you know Conor's not fighting anytime soon." What are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think Conor vs. Chandler will ever take place? Let's talk below. Khamzat Chimaev has posted new training footage. Nickal has started a new lighthearted series of posts to Instagram called Technique Tuesday, where he shows off different wrestling techniques. And here are the top 3 memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named Street Accutator. Our second place meme was found over Reddit as well, and it was posted by a user named Raw Power. And our top picked meme was also found over Reddit and was posted by a user named WC20. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.